people say, it was fire.
There it is.
It was fire. Yeah, I just clicked on the recording, so we get this part. Okay, so let me pull up Alan. Behave, Alan. Just kidding.
It's fire. Fire.
It's fire, man. All right, so cycle of achievement. That's what we learned in the chapter today. So what counts is not the number of hours you put in, but how much you put in the hours. That reminds me of as we're just talking about that reminds me of Michelle's structure equals freedom, and her teaching on structure, the 2-hour day work day. Obviously, there's more time outside of that you have to do for training and stuff, but the 2-hour money making activities you do in 2 hours, and being structured like that, you actually get more done. And I've really tried to apply that in my life. I was struggling getting things done, working full time, building this, making sure I have enough family time, making sure, I'm not neglecting my kids and my wife. And yes, there is some sacrifice, but I try to minimize that sacrifice there as much as possible, because that's what's most important to me, next to God. But so my putting that structure in place was, you know what? I'm just gonna have to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I need to be in bed, going to bed at 9 o'clock, in bed asleep at 10. I get up at 5. I still get my 7 hours, get my 2 hours done. I still can exercise. I read my scriptures, and then I can go to work. And that's changed everything for me in having that structure. Have I been perfect at it every day? I've probably been about 93%, I'll be honest, which I think is pretty good. Not 100%, but 93%. And some weeks, Thursday, Friday goes out the door because you have a bad night with a kid. It kind of throws everything off because you get so tired, right?
Yep.
Anyways, so I love that. It's, you focus and you get the time, use the time, pack it with, what's the word? Very efficient tasks and things to do that's going to move your business forward, or your goals, your life.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I do have to chime in on that, because the structure equals freedom was a big thing when I actually started blocking my time on my calendar, and then I saw that it was all over the place. There wasn't a regular time frame for anything, and it's still a little bit crazy now. But I've actually blocked out family time, and on my calendar, like from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central or whatever, in the evening. And then I have, like, these are the times that I'm going to try to post on my social media, batch or whatever. And I have the mentoring with whoever, and that really opened my eyes to how limited my availability really is. And I had to start cutting out, some groups that I was investing in with. I'm not going to cut yours though, buddy. You're all good. You made the cut.
Even though I'm a Dodgers fan, just kidding.
I love it. Yeah, but it was really helpful because then I could go in and schedule regular things like this in my community. So that was helpful
Right.
too, but I couldn't have done that beforehand, and it's a challenge, but yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, you bet. All right, so should we just read a little bit here?
Sure.
I'll go ahead and read. Because, we'll read. So, with the foundational qualities in place, the leadership development process can begin. Those leadership qualities, do you remember those that we talked about previous call? According to Bill George, an authentic leadership, although we may be born with leadership potential, all of us have to develop ourselves to become good leaders. The leadership development process is where a leader begins the work that he or she is about and uses that experience to gain ability and understanding. It is this work that propels the leader up the ascending levels of influence. This occurs according to the cycle of achievement as shown in diagram 57. So, in that diagram, you guys can see it there. You've got vision, goal setting, game planning, You work it, and then you seek counsel, and then all feeds back, and it's this loop. It's this cycle. Actually, that's actually going to lead into some future, um, some future stuff in this book that is super powerful that I've used in my life called plan, do, check, adjust over and over and over. And a lot of us already do it, but this kind of puts some structure around it so you kind of know what you're doing. In fact, Mike, in his meeting yesterday, we talked about the testing theory, right? The what is that called? The scientific testing theory, right? You basically are applying it there too. And Siri just turned on because I said theory. Scientific theory. Yeah. Thank you, Siri. You gotta love it. Anyways, this is powerful. So this is kind of setting that up. So, as George Barna, author of Fish Out of Water, said, leaders do the right things for the right reasons at the right times. That's a great quote. This is not as easy as it may sound. To become capable of such performance, leaders must evolve, and they must do so deliberately. Repeatedly rotating through the cycle of achievement compels the leader to grow in ability, understanding, experience, discernment, and wisdom. So we're going to talk about vision. Who wants to go through the vision?
What do you mean, Matt?
Do you want to read it? Who wants to read it? I guess.
Oh, I can't read it. It's too small for me. I'm on a cell phone.
Too small? All right. Let me
I'll read
see. I can make it a little bit bigger. But yeah, Ernie, that'd be great.
Ooh, bigger, much bigger.
Now I need to get to the right spot. There we go.
Okay.
Nice.
I got bifocals. You want to read it, Ernie?
If it's tough for you, sure, I can read it. Oh, what are you doing, Alan? I'm getting dizzy over here.
Trying to make it
vision.
bigger.
All right. The entire cycle of achievement begins with a vision. Vision is for tomorrow's reality expressed as an idea today. That kind of makes sense. Leaders must first have a vision of where they desire to take themselves. Excuse you. My kid ran in here like a train wreck.
No problem.
Where are we? Leaders must first, thank you, have a vision of where they desire to take themselves and their organization. Kozis and Posner write, leaders inspire a shared vision. They gaze across the horizon of time, imagining the attractive opportunities that are in store when they and their constituents arrive at a distant destination. I kind of like the first paragraph better because that really made sense.
Yeah.
And you definitely got to have vision to know where you're going, or you can't lead anybody, even yourself.
Right. Yep. Totally agree.
Leaders have a desire to make something happen, to change the way things are, to create something that no one else has ever created before. In some ways, leaders live their lives backwards. Interesting. They see pictures in their mind's eye of what the results will look like even before they've started their project, much as an architect draws a blueprint or an engineer builds a model. Next. What's that?
I was going to say, that reminds me of the Stephen Covey, begin with the end in mind. I think that's what you mean by vision, right? And I know Michelle, our mentor, really talks about creating that vision. In fact, we've been doing a lot of that, working on our vision for 2026. What do we want our businesses and our lives to look like, right?
Richard, do you guys know who Richard Brooke is? He's big time in MLM. He wrote a book called Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire, and it's all about vision, all about this right here. It's a really, really good book.
Very cool.
Yeah. Probably not as in-depth as this book, but good book.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good. That's awesome. I have to look that one up. All right. Do we want... What's that?
I have no idea where it was.
Oh, you're on...
Next leaders must
next leaders. Yeah, right here. We're not going to be able to read the whole chapter. We'll just read a little bit here and discuss.
It's a long chapter.
Yeah, I was looking at it. It's like 21 pages long, so we won't get done tonight for sure. We're not going to do that. But Go ahead.
Alan, you want to take over? Or you want me to keep going?
Yeah, I'll take over. Sure, I can read it. Next, leaders must cast the vision consistently before the people they influence. George Barna wrote, "The only way leaders can get their groups to sustain their energy over the long haul is to give them a vision that justifies a long term commitment. Effective leaders enable people to own the vision as if they had thought it up by themselves and clarify how individuals' gifts and abilities will contribute to making the vision a special legacy." Wow, this is solid. Vision then is a portrait of a better future that may participate that we participate that oh, goodness that we may participate in developing. Wow.
As you were reading that, thought came to mind and reminded me of what a leader should not do, an experience I had. I had a leader who stood up in front of our team. He was the director of our team, and he kind of cast a vision of what he wanted our team to do and how we wanted to do it and different things. And it was great. It was awesome. But the moment I asked for, hey, where do you have those resources? Can I go look that so I can keep that vision in mind, so I can keep working towards that as a team to help? Because I was a manager, I needed to keep my team in line with it. He wouldn't share it with me. And I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to remember what the vision is if I can't constantly see it or look at it? And same thing in our life. If we don't have that vision, we don't have it somewhere in front of us, we don't think about it every single day, we kind of lose that vision. We kind of lose what our purpose is, what we're doing, right? And so that's where vision boards come in. That's something I got to be better at, is looking at every day, just reading my affirmation, reading my vision of what I'm working towards, so I keep on that path towards it, right? Rather than it shifting all the time.
So Matt, are you saying like we should have a vision statement that's like an
Yeah.
elevator speech, like a one sentence thing that we say like for the month, for the quarter, for the year, or like what's your thought on that?
So I'm not perfect at it. I'm still learning it, but I think having a vision for the year, and then, we break that down like, okay, this is where I want to be at. How am I going to get there? Okay, month one, I'm going to do this. Month two, do that, or quarter, however whatever makes sense and whatever you're doing. I like to break it down in bite size pieces, and then even break it down to, okay, here's the daily non-negotiable tasks I'm going to be doing every single day that's going to get me to that vision. Like right now, those are the 2-hour money making activities, right? Those are non-negotiable. I go live, I post 3 times a day, and I go out and I answer comments and reply to emails and do all that. That is non-negotiable. And then I have some non-negotiables in our group here that I am bringing in and adding to and building a vision for the group. But yeah, I think a vision statement is great. Um, yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah, or Ernie, either one of you.
Ernie, you go first.
Well, Matt, when you were talking, I was thinking about that worksheet that Michelle gave us. What was it, honey? What's that? What's the worksheet with the
The
boxes?
Strategic plan.
Yes, the strategic plan.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what came to mind when Matt was just talking, which I need to get out and redo for sure.
Well, this
Yeah.
has been really it's challenging me because I thought of the strategic plan also that Ernie said, but I also thought about the one sentence like you should be able to be on an elevator and say that my whole year is about this. And I'm really like convicted from this meeting. Like, I can't do that right now. I have like 5 things that are in the fire that are all cooking really well, but what really is the actual one sentence path that I'm on for this whole year? This is super challenging. Thank you.
So I think that one vision statement is like it's your message, right? I see it as your message. Like for me, my message that totally got clear in the last mastermind for me and has literally changed my lives. I think that's why I am seeing more success than I ever have because my vision is so clear on, not my vision, I guess it is my vision. I help dads get out of their jobs so they can be stay-at-home dads without sacrificing income. To me, that's my elevator speech. That's my elevator statement. That's my overarching. It's like, okay, well then how do I do that to get there? But even at that, I have a bigger vision, right? Because my bigger vision is for me, it's part of that being a stay-at-home dad. But what does that mean to me? What does stay-at-home dad mean to me? Well, it means I'm not tied to my job every day or a computer. I'm not going to a job. I can choose to go spend time with my family. We can take off and go on a vacation, have that money and time freedom and kind of do what we want. I can spend time with my kids and build my relationship with them. I can invest in them in their sports and their music or horses, whatever they want to do. I can invest in them and help them chase and teach them how to chase goals, teach them how to fail and be okay to fail and grow, right? And pass that on to my kids. That's my bigger vision. And my elevator speech statement is what I do, which then, as you say, Alan, funds my passion, which is my family. And that's my bigger vision. Does that make sense? So I think you can have a big overarching, but then what's your, like in digital marketing, what is your message? What do? You've got to cast that specific to be able to attract people. It seems like to me, that's what I think and what seems to be working.
So, question for you, Matt. So what you're saying, and I think I'm starting to get it, like what you're this is so big. Thank you for sharing. The so what you're known for statement,
That's
like for
what
you, yeah. What you're known for, Matt, is stay at home dads so they could be home without sacrificing their income. That's what you do. That's what you're known for. But the overall arching thing is like above that as an umbrella, or it's like that what you're known for is encompassed within this overall thing you're doing. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
And it's kind of like, but you are spearheading that for a year. It's not like this is what you're doing perpetually forever, but this is what the 2026 goal is. Am I understanding you correctly?
Yeah, I guess so. I have to I'm a I like to talk things out as I think through things. I'm very outward speaking. So yeah, that's good questions. Yeah. Like my main overarching goal this year, I need to replace my income and I need to do it faster than sooner than later, right?
Yep.
um that is one of my big goals. I wouldn't say it's, that is part of my vision and that will fund and that fund that's a big piece that enables my vision to happen, right? Yeah, it's called that's true. I'm confusing the two. So I like that what I'm known for statement, but I think that could also kind of be a vision too, though, right? Because you have to visualize what you want to be known for, and you got to call it out in the universe. You got to say it. You got to focus on it.
And those could be totally different things too, because
It
what
could.
what people know me for, like people that know me know I'm into health and wellness and being misdiagnosed from your doctor and like, okay, Ernie, what do you think about that? So I want to be known for people like having health issues. They can come to me and be like, hey, what's up with this? Well, you go here and go look at that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
got nothing to do with legacy.
Well,
But where does your pool stuff fit in at that?
My pool stuff pays the bills. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
The pool service provides a good living because it's very lucrative, but it doesn't give. It's not a great life because really you can't travel at all during spring and summer. Only go in the winter. Um, yeah, it's a stepping stone.
Really tied to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I actually was not going to get back in the pool service business because it was causing me some health issues. So when we moved from California to Texas, we're like, okay, I'm done with the pools. I sold the business and I wasn't making network marketing work. So I'm like, okay, I got to get back in the pool business.
Gotta do something.
Yep.
Something to pay the bills.
And then legacy fell in our lap.
Huh.
I know
Told my wife,
your wife's building a community around healing, right? Healing
yeah, yep,
crystals and all kinds of stuff. It's really pretty cool.
yeah, energy and yep.
Yeah, and I think I was trying to figure out how you could tie that in with how you could leverage legacy to do that. But maybe legacy is a stepping stone to be able to do that because you've got to replace your income first, and then you could step in and have the time to be doing the thing that you really want to do.
Exactly. I think that's where my head's at too. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, let's. So who was telling me? There was I was listening to a network marketing training, and they were saying you don't want to just replace your income because let's say you're making 10 grand a month and you're just barely making it, and then you start making 10 grand a month with your MLM business or whatever business, and then you
Yeah.
stop your job. Well, you're in the same boat that you were in before. So you got to shoot for double, like 20,000 to be free.
Yeah.
So now, like that's what legacy is for me. Legacy is my stepping stone to pay off student loan debt, to pay off all our debt, do what we need to get done, and then branch out from there.
Right.
So that long-term vision, Alan, for me is if I can get up to 20, 30, or 40 grand a month with legacy, that takes care of all this stuff. And then I can start thinking bigger beyond that.
Yeah, it's big. I love it.
Ernie, we were talking, I just had a thought. Maybe your legacy is you help people earn income online so that they can have the resources to find the solutions to their health problems or something to that point. Because my daughter, she struggles a lot. Her asthma is really bad, but we know that if we take her to the hospital, they're going to pump her full of steroids. And my daughter has major reactions to steroids where she'll just start passing out and all these adverse things that happen that are not good. They just mess with her psyche. It's really weird. It's like a really rare reaction. And so, like, okay, what do we do? We've really had to find homeopathic ways, herbs. We've learned a ton over the last 10, 15 years because this is something that I could even build a community around because my wife and I have a ton of knowledge around it. I was actually able to get off my antidepressants through things we've learned through healing and herbs and different things.
Nice.
And anyway, so we've had to really learn a lot of stuff to help my daughter. But we were looking up a functional doctor that uses that stuff, that uses also modern medicine and different things. Like, okay, well, maybe we need to go to them and have them help us. The consultation we had with them turned out being like, okay, they'd be just doing blood work and checking hormones, doing like more of the actual scientific checks and tests. However, what they would do to address it is the same stuff that we're already trying to do, but yet they wanted $350 a pop just to go and see him.
Whoa.
And I'm like, I can't do that, especially if it's already something that we're really already doing.
Right.
Treating it by diet, treating it by helping her gut, all this stuff. Anyways, I'm just saying it's super expensive to find real holistic, real answers to solve those health problems because Everything's been pushed to, let's just treat symptoms because we can make billions and billions of dollars over and over off of people.
That's right.
And if I was on Facebook, I'd be censored right now, and I'm glad I'm not. But anyways, I'm passionate about that too. I'm passionate about that kind of stuff too because I
There's
think
a
that's
there's a book I just started reading. It's called Super Gut.
Oh yeah, okay.
Have you heard of it?
I have. It sounds familiar.
Alan, you too. So
Okay.
Is that the guy who's always like on YouTube, like an old white-haired guy, doctor, talking about reprogramming your gut, like your second brain or
no,
whatever?
no,
Okay, I don't know. I've never heard of it then.
that sounds like the guy from Back to the Future.
Well, the gut being your second brain sounds like a Amari. That's what they teach, but
It kind of is a second brain. It's amazing how our gut and our brain.
drives a lot.
So when I was misdiagnosed, like my doctor said, "Oh, you got lupus. Here's an antacid and a steroid. Have a nice life." I'm like, "Excuse me, can you fix it?" My functional doctor ran a stool test, and it turns out I had leaky gut. And I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!" So fix the gut, your problems go away.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I've been on this path for gut wellness for a few years now, and 99% if anybody says that they have an autoimmune issue, 99% of the time it's in the gut.
Yeah.
And asthma is huge because we don't know what we don't know, and we pump our kids full of stuff, and it's like, oh my God, I wish I would have known that,
Wow. It's all
me
in our
included.
food. Yeah. It's all in our
So
food. We can't get away from it. And it's all, I believe it's all by design to make us sick so they can make millions of dollars.
that's
So
Totally agree.
100% right.
that's
Totally
the
agree.
underlying
Yeah.
thing.
There's
It's the
there's
evil
no
designs of
tinfoil on
men.
our head.
What's
But it
that?
shouldn't cost an arm and a leg to be
No.
healthy either.
No, it shouldn't.
$400, 300 whatever dollars each time you have to go see the doctor. Come on.
Yeah, that should
Yeah,
be illegal. That should be illegal.
it should.
I mean, my doctor was kind of expensive too, but at least he got to the problem and
Yeah.
he put me on the right path.
But maybe, you know,
So,
kind of bring this
yeah,
back a bit.
legacy.
So
I
maybe
think
that's
legacy
a
is
way.
huge.
Yeah, maybe that's a way you can. I don't know. Maybe something to think about. I don't know if that helps at all, but um, maybe we
See,
can just
that's
end
why
with
we're
this. Sorry, go ahead, Alan.
sorry. I was just gonna say this is why it was so good that we're meeting here because we're starting with the springboard of your. We read like 3 paragraphs, and look at all this mentoring that you're doing here. Like this is awesome.
Well, we're helping each other. You're asking questions, and I'm getting clear. And yeah, so appreciate that. And as you guys were talking, I went forward a little bit, and I remember this statement. You guys know, obviously, you know Walt Disney, right? I love
No,
this little
who's the guy?
story. Who is that
Who's
guy?
that guy?
Wait a minute. Did you live by LA, Anaheim area? Just
Oh,
kidding.
that guy, that Walt Disney, got
That
it.
Walt Disney. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm sure there's other Walt Disneys, but that's the Walt Disney everybody knows. I'm going to read this part because this is super powerful. When Walt Disney was nearing death, someone remarked that it was a shame he would not live to see his dream at Disneyland come to fruition. I don't know if you guys knew that, but he died before Disneyland was finished.
Yep.
Disney's wife replied that if he hadn't already seen it, it would never have even begun. He had already seen it all in his mind. That's the vision of a leader. That's visualization. And I love this. The Bible says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Leaders supply that vision as the first step in their influence.
Wow.
Vision is so critical, and we have to visualize what it is, how do we want our life to be? What do we want? You know, what do we I always say, you always say, what's your why? But that is so like superficial. It's like so it's got to be so deep. So I loved the analogy I heard from another leadership fellow taught. Why stands for what do you want? How are you going to get it? And the why was I think it was like, what are you going to become? How are you going to, what are you going to become to be able to get that? And it just kind of helped break it down a little bit to kind of dig in deeper. I'm gonna have to pull my notes on that because I know I totally butchered that. But anyways, but you got to have that vision, just like Disney. He saw what it looked like and knew what it was going to be, and then he was able to execute on it. Just like for me too, in my business, as I get clearer and I get a vision of how I need to put my community together and how legacy is going to come together, the clearer I get on my vision of it and visualize it more, the easier it is for me to act and get it done and put it together. It just comes when that thing hits, when I get clear on it and visualize it. So I don't know if that helps, but
That's pretty powerful. Actually, I love that paragraph.
it's very good. And Walt understood that to a T. So did his wife. And I really think the people who, like Michelle, people that are coaches, people that not only as coaches, but they are 1% earners, they understand that. And it's a natural law. It's a natural law that it's part of the universe, right? It's part of God's law. He himself created everything spiritual before he created it physically. And we're divine and we have the same attributes. We need to create everything spiritually, visualize it before we can actually create it physically. But he's the greatest creator in the universe and we're his children. And because of that, we also have that potential to create, and we are creators in of ourselves. And we can create what we want our life to be like. We can create our vision. We can make it happen because of that. Anyways.
I mean, doesn't the Bible say that we're created in his image and his
Yep.
likeness?
Exactly.
So I'm a
Yep.
God in my own universe. Not your universe, my universe.
Your
myself.
universe. But we're all, you're creator. That's what humans are. We create, we build, how do we think we have airplanes? How do you think we have our homes? How do we think we have all the technology we have today? Obviously, I think God inspired a lot of it, but we're also creators and able to help and bring that to fruition, right? So
Exactly.
why can't we do that in our own life? Create what we want our life to be like. And it starts with visualizing what we want it to be. So I think depicting it in a vision statement and saying that over and over helps that mind focus on it and helps you. I mean, I can tell you with me the last few weeks, finding out that my job is ending, I've literally, and Alan, I'm sure you can attest to this too, and Aaron, you too, because you're a business owner, when you're starting, your mind starts playing with you and you could go the wrong way. Like, what am I going to do? All this doubt creeps in, or you can change your mindset and go to the other and have faith and move forward. It's really hard to do, but I have learned that so much that you literally have the choice. And what are you going to choose? I would much rather choose the faith side of it and get rid of doubt and just tell myself, I've literally had to tell myself, you've got this. God's got you. You can do this. Move forward. You have the abilities, and just literally just over and over and over to get my mind to shift. And you have to do it almost every day. And that's all part of visualization too. So anyways, I spoke too much, but
No,
just
that's
thought,
actually pretty good. That was good.
Yeah.
so
Now I'm going to be thinking about Alan's question. What's my long-term vision? What's my long-term vision? What do I want that to be?
yep. It's a good question.
That makes that
Thanks,
me
Alan.
too.
I'm thinking about it more myself. Awesome. Well, thanks you guys. Appreciate you being here. I hope that it was beneficial, and I'm going to post this and hopefully we're going to tell people. I felt it was beneficial to me. I thought it was amazing. I learned a lot from you guys. And so
So good.
that's what I want it to be, is we just get deeper and we get better and we help each other. Iron sharpens iron, right? I learned from you guys tremendously. And hopefully you guys, I can share things that help you too. So appreciate it.
All good.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop recording here.